All right, so here's a scenario for you. You're sitting at home, you're about to watch the second season of Demon Slayer, super hyped that just dropped, yet your boy calls you, hits you up. What does he want exactly? Well, he just got a brand new clapped out Miata, and he wants to go to Sheetz and do some hood rat shit in the parking lot. Or whatever your generic gas station is that serves food. You get there first, and you see this man come around the corner, sleepy eyes, well, one sleepy eye, pulls around the corner, and all you can think is, hey yo, what's going on everybody? My name's Derek, this is Fatal RPM, and in today's video, we will be working on the 300ZX. However, I'm switching it up a little bit, and instead of continuing work on the body, we're gonna be installing this guy here. Now, as you saw, this is an MP3 player, essentially, and from what I've seen or read, it goes up to 119 decibels. So it's very loud. And all you have to do is load them onto it by plugging it into a computer using the included USB cable. Now this one here is the Big Bubba. It's from, I think it's called Boom Blasters. And we have this little remote here, something along the lines of this inside the car, like hardwired in so that I don't have to carry this around or worry about a remote separate of the horn itself. Would be a really nice thing to have inside the car. So that's probably something I'll end up doing at a later date. However, there are two versions of this horn. This version here, which has, actually, I lied, there's three versions. This version here, which comes in basically two trims, one with one remote, one with two. Why you would want two, I don't know, but one with two. And then you have one that only plays one MP3 file. So you load it onto the horn. You go ahead, you can wire it up to your horn if you want. I wouldn't do that, but you can. And essentially, that will replace your horn. However, there's one caveat. This guy is in no way, shape, or form weatherproofed, apparently. So it looks sealed, so I don't know how it's not weatherproofed, but they said it's not weatherproof, so you need to put it in a dry location. I lied, I said it's not waterproof, not weatherproof, but waterproof, weatherproof, I feel like that doesn't really matter at this point. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna want to store this up here. The only downside is these wires here that are on the horn seem really short for running it from the battery all the way up to the horn. So I'm gonna have to extend these at some point. Unfortunately, I just stepped on my soldering iron, so that's broken. But I can go ahead and do that at a later date. So for demonstration purposes, we're gonna be just hooking this straight up to the battery. Super simple, super easy, has a mounting plate, so you can really put it wherever. If you want to, you can put it inside a fender if you really wanted to, because honestly, this would fit super easy inside of a fender well with all the space that we have here on the Z's inside there. But we're going to put it right where our intake is in the front here. So let me go ahead, get this cleared out, and we'll start getting this guy installed. So this is around the place that I want to install it. Unfortunately, like I said, these wires aren't very long. They're about 1.5 foot lead. So we won't be able to really use these because we need to get all the way up there. So for demonstration purposes today, I'm gonna go ahead, leave it right here. We're just going to disconnect my battery tender here. Take the negative one here. There's a little lead on there. So just gonna go ahead, take this, shove it in there. Grab the positive, shove it in here as well. All right, so I have my computer over here. Now with one end of the USB cable that it comes with plugged into the computer. So we're gonna take the other end, come over here to the horn where we have our little USB port, and we're just gonna plug this into here like that. Now from what I saw, when I first plugged this in here, right there we have cow mooing, donkey sounds, horse, and rooster. That's what's on here. Now from what I had saw when I first did this was, it's actually its own USB source, so yeah, there you go. So you can actually test whatever audio you're going to play through here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, so we're gonna, oh, actually I didn't want to close that, I just want to, whatever. So I found these files here online. These are pretty much all the horns in GTA Online or GTA 5. So One of the ones I want to put on here is this guy. That's really loud, and that's only at 45%. Well, let's go ahead, just get rid of all the audio files in here, and I'm just going to delete those. I don't really want any of them, so I'm going to get rid of those, and we're going to put our own on here, and that's super simple. All we got to do, I'm going to open this side by side, so it's very easy to see. All we have to do is drag, say, this horn from here, over here, to over, from here to here. It will copy it, and then once it's finished, we will have our horn audio on here. Now, what I am curious about is if I press the button with this still plugged in, will it play? Doesn't seem like it will. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect this partially. Play. That's much louder. Okay. So I want to get a little nifty with this. So I'm gonna play around with this for a second, and I'm gonna get right back to you guys. There is one thing that I did forget to say, and that's that this guy only has about 2 megabytes of storage, so you can't store too terribly much on there, not that you want to. And the other thing, I know, so used to just pulling that flash drive out of the computer, pulling whatever it is out of the computer without safely ejecting it. Do yourself a favor, safely eject it, because if you don't, this thing will freak out. It duplicated some of my files and it wouldn't let me delete the other ones. So I had to safely remove it every single time, eject it, eject it, eject it, eject it. All right, so here's a scenario for you. You're sitting at home, you're about to watch the 2nd season of Demon Slayer, super hyped that just dropped, yet your boy calls you, hits you up. What does he want exactly? Well, he just got a brand new clapped out Miata, and he wants to go to Sheetz and do some hood rat shit in the parking lot. Or whatever your generic gas station is that serves food. You get there first, and you see this man come around the corner, sleepy eyes, well, one sleepy eye, pulls around the corner, and all you can think is, but if that's not your speed, and you're a little more musical and can appreciate harmony, then so you start shooting the shit, you're sitting there for a little bit, and suddenly you're just like, all right, man, I'm done talking to you. I need to get home. I'm going to start watching the 2nd season. Yet he goes, wait, there's one thing I didn't tell you. It has a welded diff. And you go like, welded diff, you say? He says, yes. So he hops in and starts doing donuts. He's doing donuts in 2nd gear, and money shifts in reverse. And all you can say is, so that's just one of the use cases. And there's plenty more. Trust me. All right, so scenario 2. You're doing 120 in a 65. You're absolutely pinning into the floor constantly with your buddy coming home from work. Not the buddy in the clapped out Miata, because obviously that thing can't go over 20 miles an hour. A different buddy, a buddy with a Hellcat. And all of a sudden, you see little old granny in the left lane doing 10 under the speed limit. How dare she? So, you slow down just enough to be able to ease up behind her so that she understands what's going on and move over to the right lane. And she doesn't move. So instead of getting in the right lane and flying past her, you just... Whoa, bitch, get out the way, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Seems right. And once she hears Luda's anthem, she understands what's going on, finally. She starts moving into the right lane, and before her dementia kicks in, she realizes, hey, that's insert whatever car it was that I was interested in when I was a kid. That's pretty neat. And you catch her, catching you, catching her. So, all you do is just to third and final scenario. This time, you're going to a meet. Your buddy, surprisingly, is not the one who told you about this. It was in your Facebook group. Facebook group with all the other hood rats in your city. You go ahead to the meetup spot, and you pull in, paint looking fresh, just cleaned up, and everybody looks over to your car, but you can't rev it. You know why. You know what you did. So instead, you hit him with the... But you get in and you pull in ass first, because who the fuck parks head first at a car show? You know who you are. Don't do that shit. That's weird. But you get out and you start admiring the other cars, and all of a sudden you realize someone's kind of sneaking around your ride looking at it. Just kind of looking all around. You go over, you start talking to him. You start telling him about the project, telling him you just swapped in your 2J. So he wants you to go ahead and pop the hood. And the second you do, it's like the angels from above. They sing. And then they ask you to get in and start revving it. You know you can't do that. They ask why. And you finally break down and you tell them. Because you know you got your 2J from a junkyard. And for whatever fucking reason, you didn't replace your damn spark plugs. So you may or may not be running on 2 cylinders. And all they can say is, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video, guys. I want to thank you for watching. As always, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I want to actually do more with this here. The only thing is I did get this for the Z, and I do want to mount it in the Z, and I don't want to move stuff around. So if we can get, I want to say around 50 likes on this video, I will get another one of these, and I will go put it on the 335, and we'll go do some dumb shit out in public. Fingers crossed I don't get arrested or a ticket. But as always, I want to thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon right next to it so you do get notified whenever I drop that new video. As always, I want to thank you again for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. I hit that completely by accident.
I recall Central Park and phone. Not the shame.